Guess what I have in the lava?
I don't usually like this game. What have you got in your love?
Do not be afraid, it's only
It's
seeds.
our carrot seeds.
Yeah.
Hurrah! Look how small they are.
So they are tiny, aren't they? First thing to say is do not ever sow carrot seeds on a windy day because they'll just all blow away. They're paper thin and just really light and feathery.
Light. When we're sowing them, is it literally one at a time? That's going to take forever.
If you tried to space them out the right width for a carrot, it would take you all day. What we actually do is we sow them a little bit thickly along the row like that.
Okay, cool.
And
so like in a
then-
consistent line.
Yeah, so you can just sort of sprinkle them along like that.
Okay.
And so they're going to be way too close to grow properly like that. But what we'll do in a couple of weeks' time is we'll come back and we'll do what's called thinning them out, which is just basically removing every second one or every third one to the right spacing.
Sounds like a plan.
Simple as
Can
that.
we get growing?
Let's go do it.
That's it.
All right.
Okay, good. So we're back to our raised bed. Are we ready to just make out the rows and get sowing?
We almost are.
Okay.
There's a couple of little things we need to do first, right? Carrots are one of the only vegetables where they're pretty fussy about the soil that they go into, right?
Okay.
So the way to think about it is if you think about a carrot, you put the little seed on top of the soil, which we're going to do in a minute, and the root, which is the bit that we eat, goes down into the soil in search of nutrients and water and all that crap,
Good.
right?
Yeah, makes sense.
So what happens is if it goes down and it finds like a stone or some really hard soil or whatever, it's just going to either fork to go around it and you end up with really forked carrots, which
Does that matter?
Not really, but they're just a pain in the ass to peel.
Okay.
So the
You
other
don't want forked carrots.
And the other thing is they'll either do that or they'll stop growing altogether, right?
Okay.
So it's the one vegetable where you generally need to do a little bit of work on the soil. So what you want ideally is about a spade's depth of soil. It doesn't have to be really fine, but just no stones and no sort of major hard ground. Over and back with the rake. You can see already it's starting to, the bigger bits are starting to crumble out and you get a nice kind of even surface then that's ready for planting.
Ready for planting. Okay.
Right,
What's
so next thing we do, we have a lovely hoe here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what we need to do is make out our rows. So carrots, 15 centimetres apart.
Perfect.
Half a ruler, about that length apart. So
Nice.
if our first row is here,
Yeah.
second row is going to be here.
Okay.
That make sense?
Yep.
And the way you make your rows, so carrots are
I'm going to move
sown.
it this way.
Carrots are sown about 5 centimetres deep, right?
Yeah.
So what we need to do is I use the back of the hoe like this to make a little straight row like that. Get it to about 15.
It's not straight.
It's fine, dude. Jesus. So there we go, right?
Okay.
So what you do is you clean it up at the back with your hand like that. Just make sure it's kind of.
So again, taking out more of the clumps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want no clumps like that where the seed might fall into it. Just do a nice job kind of cleaning it up with your hands. So I've got my seeds here.
Okay.
So putting them in there. Sprinkle along the row, yeah?
Okay.
Nice even kind of spread along the whole row.
So.
And then we're ready to cover it over, yeah?
Okay, wait. A small bit more. Okay, nearly at the end. Now.
Perfect. All right. Last thing we need to do is rake the soil back over
so
it,
it's
right?
not a...
No,
Okay.
again, a little bit of precision. So what you need to do is use your rake, just push the soil across like that.
Okay.
Same in each, just go out a diagonal like that, cross over it.
So like a really light touch with the carrots,
Yes,
basically.
exactly.
Okay, nice.
And then tamp it down with the back of the rake.
Okay, not so light.
Yeah. But once you've got them in, you just need to get them nice and flat. A couple of little things we need to remember, right? One is to get some water on this. You don't ever let a carrot bed dry out while you're waiting for it to germinate.
Okay.
And second thing is don't forget to put a label on it.
Always label.
What you sowed and the date you sowed it on.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do
All
it.
right. So we're here with our lovely carrots. When we sowed these carrots, you remember, we kind of sprinkled them across the way like that, and now we've ended up with loads and loads of.
Yeah.
And there's not enough space for the carrots to grow on. There's a very strange concept in growing called thinning out, which is something we're going to have to do now. It's literally taking out all of the seedlings, bar the ones that we can leave at kind of 2 inches apart. And as I said, it feels really weird when I started. I was like, really? Are we going to throw all these out or whatever? And that's exactly what we're going to do.
And literally, they're a goner. Like, we can't just take them and put them into a container or... No, okay.
Absolutely not. Carrot seedlings, unfortunately, they don't transplant at all. So you have to just throw them out.
Okay.
So we need to get stuck in because we've got loads to pull out here, right?
Okay.
So what you want to do is allow kind of 2 inches between each one.
Okay.
And like the reason, incidentally, we didn't get one carrot seed and just go there at 2 inches, which would seem like the obvious thing to do, is that they're very vulnerable at this stage to slugs and stuff. So you sow more than you need, and then
to have enough.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing that becomes a factor with this, there's a weird little pest of the carrot, which is called the carrot root fly, which is a dastardly foe of the carrot.
Dastardly, good word.
Yeah. Now, the carrot root fly, what it does is it lays its eggs at the top of these little seedlings, and then they burrow into the carrots and basically make a mess of them, right? So it's an awful kind of a pest to have. It's got a really acute sense of smell. So somewhere off, like 10 miles away, right at this minute, there's a carrot root fly going and smelling these carrots. I kid you not. So it's really important that even though we're pulling these out, right, that we actually discard these somewhere else, like throw them into your neighbour's garden so that they get the carrot root fly.
Okay, so the fly is going to follow the scent of this.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'll get rid of these in one little minute, but though, for now, can you come around here?
Sure.
Because, again, I want to talk about us growing these carrots in a container.
Yeah.
So I have a good deep container.
Yes, very nice.
Holes drilled in the bottom of it for drainage.
Yeah.
Yeah, filled with good old...
Potting compost.
Potting compost, that's right.
You know me and my scepticism about container growing.
You need to get on board with this, dude. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
If you want deep carrots, you need a deep container. If it's too shallow, it's not going to work.
It's going to work.
You're going to get stump roots.
So, yeah, so shallow rows.
3 rows of carrots, perfect. So just sprinkle them along the row, and eventually we're going to be thinning these out as well to the same spacing, and then just cover it over the same way. Very important to have the drainage holes in there.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's just going to fill up with water on a wet day.
Okay, so sadly I've lost the rose off this lovely watering can.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to use my fingers.
Yeah, just be careful not to kind of flush them away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Haha, now do you like container growing?
Yeah, and like again in here you could get 20, 30 carrots easily in a little container like this. So it's a fantastic thing to do.
Yeah. Good thing to do. Thank you very much. See?
You're
It all
welcome.
works.
I'm on board.
It's harvest day, and I reckon my container carrots really are the star of the show. Look at these, Michael Kelly. Come here, please.
More container growing folly.
Look.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, they are
and
beautiful.
admire. Yes.
They're fantastic. Multicoloured.
Multicoloured,
jobs.
variety.
So that's okay, very nice. But the beauty of carrots actually is they do so well in containers, so I'm not surprised.
Whatever. As I was saying, I'm going to take all the glory. Thank you, Michael Kelly.
They are amazing. Well
there you
done,
go.
dude.
Brilliant.
I love harvesting all veg, right? But carrots, there's something about the mix of the colours, the sound of a kind of crunch of it coming out of the soil, the smells, everything. It's just a wonderful thing. So important to say, Karen. Yeah. Don't just pull the carrots out by hand, right? So easing them out with a trowel is a great idea. If you try and pull them out, they can snap.
God, now I'm nervous about doing it.
Just don't mess it up. Beautiful. Oh
my word.
That's fabulous.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly,
beautiful.
I genuinely wasn't expecting it to be that big.
They're absolutely great.
Will I do another one?
Beautiful smell. Keep going, yeah.
It's also an interesting shape.
So that's often a challenge for people. You get a bit of forking in the carrot. It's fine. It's perfectly normal. Just means the little carrot's going off in search of nutrients and water in the soil.
Delicious. Okay, so we're going to leave these ones in the ground.
I think we can leave them in there for another month or two. Keep harvesting them as we need them, and then by October lift the whole lot out and store them.
Okay,
so we got to go with these.
Yeah.
Cool.